Welcome back to the Tydirium Hangar. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about what comes after Kingdom. We had Siege, then we got the Earthrise, now we're into Kingdom. We are actually getting closer to the end, the halfway point, the three-quarter point of Kingdom. Kingdom's going to be over soon. What's coming up next? It might be called Legacy Evolution. Now, there was a discussion on the Realm of Collectors. I'll try to link that down below about all these releases. But remember, still in rumor territory. We'll talk about these rumors coming up. So the idea behind this Legacy collection is it's going to be sort of like 30th anniversary. So they can kind of put anything they want into it. It's not going to be surrounding any media. It's not going to be surrounding any one era of Transformers. It'll be everything. Everything's in. Everything's game. And they're starting off the gate with quite a few different figures for a variety of different eras. So first off, they're saying they're going to do a Minosaur. They're actually also talking about a Defensor the year later. So 2022 Minosaur, 2023 a Defensor. And I'm putting up a picture here of Magic Square's Minosaur because I think they would probably go that same route. They would kind of copy that type of engineering where the trailer makes the Minosaur skeleton like we've seen in third party, and it would come with Motormaster and makes Motormaster a commander class. Now, with Motormaster being a commander class, he would probably still only scale as like a Voyager, and all the other ones would be deluxe. And so, again, that aligns with what Magic Square is doing, and it would look a lot like the Magic Square, in my opinion. I really think they're going to copy Magic Square and DX9 and X-Transbots, but I think it's still going to have the most simple transformation out of all of them, which would make it pretty good. Still don't have an idea of height and size, because you can really make that mold. You can make the trailer turn into the combined skeleton and be as big as you want. Hopefully it's on par with their Devastator, and we're going with the new size scale if they're going to redo all of the combiners. Again, still in rumor territory. I've had a lot of people say they'd like to see Magic Square KO oversized into Chug, and that's what I think we'll get with Hasbro, or at least I hope we get with Hasbro, along the lines of these new designs they've been making. But there would be a lot more waffling in the Hasbro than we see in Magic Square, in my opinion. But it would still be exciting and something fun I'd be on board with. So next up on the list we have Skids, and the thing about it is with Takara making their masterpiece, and Takara heavily involved with making the Studio Series 86, which would probably run side by side right along with this Legacy Evolution stuff. The Skids they're making with Masterpiece is pretty simplistic and a pretty low price masterpiece. How much of that's going to be incorporated into a mainline figure, and I start to wonder that. So it'd be kind of interesting to see what they do in a mainline, and I kind of like what they're doing with their Masterpiece. I got it on pre-order, but somewhere between the toy and the Masterpiece is kind of what I think we're going to see with the mainline version of Skids. A little bit dumbed down version of the Masterpiece, but hey, maybe we could still call it a mini Masterpiece. So I kind of look forward to that one because we haven't really seen a decent Skids in the mainline in the modern era. So next on the list that they seem to have a rumored plan for a Blaster. Now that Skids was going to be a deluxe Skids, so the $23 price point. Blaster would probably be either a leader size, if he's the right size, or a Voyager. Again, with Soundwave being a Voyager, Blaster will probably be a Voyager. I don't think it would be just a straight copy of Soundwave, although I wouldn't be against that. I do think Blaster needs to have different dimensions when it transforms into his boombox, but that's my opinion. The Titan Returns one I thought was okay, but nowhere near good enough to live up to today's standards. I still have mine. I like it for what it is, but I want something new with real cassettes, real tapes, and to be along the line with the engineering, modern day engineering, and what they're doing. So next on this list, which is a bit confusing, the next on this list is Preceptor. Now Preceptor was on the Studio Series list of leaks, and now it's on this Legacy Evolution. So I think they're still kind of deciding what's going to go where they're going to fit what. Again, this is all still rumor, speculation, and none of it could come true. It could all just be a waste of time, but it's a fun waste of time to see what else would be out there. I do think they need to make another Preceptor. I think this one's fine for Titan Returns, but if they're going to put out in a new line, I guess they're just going to do a whole new mold, and that would be great. I just don't see how they'd improve on it that much, but if they do improve on it, where and how, and I'm looking forward to that. So next on the list of this Legacy Evolution here would be a Blitzwing. Now I get a lot of questions about Blitzwing and what's the best Blitzwing, and it's hard to really make a recommendation. So the 30th anniversary, the Generations one, is this one here, and it looks okay. You know it's Blitzwing. You could tell it's Blitzwing on the shelf. I feel like it's just too fiddly. Like, no mode, even in the bot mode, sort of feels solid, but they always feel like the jet mode, and especially the tank mode, it just doesn't feel like it's clipped together, holding together, like it's really, you're there. I don't feel like you're in the mode. I feel like, is this even transformed right? When it's exactly right, because it's got some issues. But it's distinct. You know that's a tank, you know that's a jet, you know that's a bot, so that's kind of a good point to it. But did they do better in Titan Returns? So a lot of people feel like the Titan Returns one was better, but they took some liberties with the bot mode. So I think the bot mode, although it looks okay, has this giant backpack that is almost like a third leg hanging down the back of it, and the tank itself, it just doesn't look quite right. It doesn't look like it's right. I'm curious to see what they do with this. I like what they did with Springer in, was it Siege Springer? It looks good. I think that this will be a good, solid evolutionary step of a legacy figure, and everybody seems to like Blitzwing. A quick side-by-side robot mode of these guys, just so you can see which one you think you like better. And I don't feel like either one was a solid win. I think that each one of them do something different, better than the other. But the Titan Returns edges it out just a bit. But I think that what they come out with next will blow both these away. I think it'll be a much better figure and a very solid step compared to these two guys. So next up, they're talking about a Snarl, and I really think they're just going to finish up, dial out all of the Dinobots in leader class, and we're going to get dinos in leader class. That's outstanding. Just if they're going to do them all, like we get a new dino every year or something like that, that's outstanding. In this scale, they look good. Okay, they look good. They're not perfect. None of these are perfect, but they look good. They're better than anything they've given us, and for the $50 price point, you're not going to find a better Dinobot for a $50 price point, unless maybe you kind of argue what they did in the Legends scale. But I think it's great that they're doing it. It looks like they're going to finish them all out. I hope so. We're looking at the Power of the Primes here. We don't have pictures of what's coming up. Again, they have Sludge listed here. So the thing is, I'm looking forward to all of these when they bang them all out and we get them all done and have a shelf full of Dinobots in the leader class. That would be so awesome. I personally look forward to it. I'm excited for it. So I want to see if they dial them all out. But Swoop, I'm going to probably buy too many. And I wonder if they'd come with the chest color variations, blue and the red, or will they make that exclusive? I hope not. But so next up, there's the Gold Bug. And you're a Gold Bug. That's rumored to be the next one. And I'm a little surprised that for years, since Siege started, that this whole line has been Bumblebee Light. Like, no Bumblebee presence whatsoever. And now we got, finally with the Netflix. And people think that we're going to see the Netflix redone as the Bug, as the Gold Bug. And I think it might be true. And here's why. See, you've got that back piece of the car mode and all that. And that piece could be the magic bullet here. Maybe they could use that as a two-in-one kind of piece where it would kind of make that back part of the Gold Bug. Maybe it would form the back of the Gold Bug. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they use that little shield back part of the car to make the funny transformation. Maybe that's how they get it done. Or it's a new mold. So next on the rumored list here, going into a non-G1, we got Transformers Prime, Optimus Prime, and Bulkhead. So I'm looking around, and it looks like they're still commanding pretty high prices for the original of these. These will be updated, modern version, And as I've just recently reviewed the Prime for the APC Toys KO of it, I'm seeing that it's interesting how they're going to change these. How will they be different? Because I thought they were pretty good when they first came out. So how are they going to improve them? How are they going to make them better? So I would like to actually see that. What will the difference be? Because I know they're not going to do a straight reissue. It's going to be different. So what would they do to make these better? It's quite obvious what they'll do to make all the other ones better. But when it comes to Transformers Prime, how are they going to make them better? Very, very interesting. So from another era, well, Beast Wars Kingdom already is sort of a Beast Wars type of deal. But we're supposed to be getting a Tarantulas, rumored Tarantulas in Kingdom. Legacy Evolution. So we're evolving from the Kingdom to the Legacy Evolution, if that's really the name. So with this, the Tarantulas is a good one that they would do. I never had this, or even handled this, or even saw it in person. So I don't know anything really about the old 1997 version. I know they made a 10-year anniversary one, so I guess that was that 07 or I don't know. There's a 10. It says 10-year anniversary. So with that, this is a good one to use, and I hear that they base other characters off of the same mold. We'll see if that even happens. So the next one that we're supposed to have a rumored update to for Beast Wars is Beast Wars Inferno for the royalty. Is that the right character? Do I got the right character on there? So anyway, my queen there. It looks like they really do need to do an update to this guy. I actually have this figure as a vintage one. I got it for like $5 somewhere, and I was like, I like the character. He's kind of cool if that's the right character I'm thinking of. But anyway, I would like to see an update to this, personally. I think that it's a pretty cool character, a pretty cool figure, and for that, I want to see what they do different and what they do better, especially if I actually have, because I only have like 10 Beast Wars figures from the vintage line laying around here. So if I have one, I mean, I'd like to compare that to a modern take. Haha, Queen Megatron. And the next rumor here, Silverbolt. I like this character, and I never really got the figure back in the day, even though I really liked the character on the show, and I watched the show back in the 90s. So I'm looking forward to this myself. I think that just looking at the pictures, though, the original one looked pretty good and really matched the screen accuracy pretty close. So again, I want to see what they do with modern technology and engineering to make it look even better, more screen accurate, and so that's kind of exciting. And lastly, we've actually got an image of the Wreck-Gar, so it's pretty exciting. Crimzeek's reviews, dude gets all this stuff so early, but now I'm starting to wonder, is he the low-key Hasbro reveal source? Like, is Hasbro using him to promote their stuff? Like, how does he even have this thing? It's so awesome. But if this is really what a Chug Voyager scale Wreck-Gar is going to look like, and then they're going to make a junkyard after this with this mold. So that's really exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. And this is one that you might want to get multiples of. You know, it's one that you'd want, want them to ride each other, because they could turn into the motorcycle and have that whole scene, and that would be great. So anyway, don't get your hopes up too high, but I've seen these rumors floating around a lot of different places. I've seen a lot of different lists of rumors, so we don't know exactly what all is coming, and of course it all could just be fake. They could just start a whole new Transformers line next year in 2022, but I believe they're going to ride the G1 train, and they're going to ease into the next eras as they go, and I've always kind of felt they were going to ease into the other eras. I didn't know they were going to ease in as slowly as they are, but I like the idea of what they're doing. I like the direction that they're going, and I hope they continue it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Tiger Hanger out.